Hello, this is Thomas, K4SWL. If you're new here, I like to do real-time, real-life amateur radio field activation videos, and that's exactly what we're doing today. I am at the Table Rock Fish Hatchery, and I was just here, I think it was last week or the week before. I love this site. It's got great trees, lots and lots of options for hanging antennas, which is one of the reasons I like coming here, especially if I'm using a new antenna. I now know that this is a great place to do that. It's beautiful. I really need to capture the drive-in sometime because you get some beautiful views of Table Rock on the way in. And just on the other side of Table Rock is the Linville Gorge area. All this is a very pretty area. It's quiet out here. It's even RFI quiet, even though the fish hatchery building's right there, and I'm sure they have heaters and all kinds of things running. I've never had many issues with RFI. As I've mentioned in the other videos here, you do have to watch out for power lines and things that are running through the site like you would any other site you go to. You should always look out for power lines. But by and large, all this is really nice and open, and I haven't been here yet when someone else has been here. I'm sure someday I could show up and there'll be a classroom out here or something, or a demonstration. But I love this site. And so today I've actually brought, I'm going to try to fit in a lot into this particular activation. Probably never a good idea, but I've got a new antenna, a new to me antenna. Some of you may recognize this because I bet a lot of you have it, because in fact, some of my readers have told me about it. It's the KM4ACK end-fed half-wave. It's a 40-meter end-fed half-wave, and this comes as a kit, and you build it. And one of my readers had suggested I get this kit. I looked at it, and it had all the hallmarks of things I like. It looks like a kit that would not take too long to build. I love kits. It's an end-fed half-wave, and even though I need one of those, like I need a hole in the head, I've got a few end-fed half-waves. I just wanted to build it, and plus it supports a good YouTube channel, KM4ACK. And I kind of like supporting mom and pop endeavors, you know, when I'm doing my purchases for amateur radio stuff. Now, I will tell you, this is not going to be resonant as it should, and that is not KM4ACK's fault. That is K4SWL's fault. As I was unpacking this and I clipped the cable tie holding this together, I accidentally chopped off probably 1.5 feet or 2 feet of this wire. And I knew that was probably going to have an impact on things when, you know, I tried to trim it up. But I thought, you know, as he did, he includes a little extra length, because the idea with these is you test them and you trim it to the frequency you want. I wanted something in the 40-meter CW portion of the band where I normally operate, so I needed it to be a little bit longer. Well, I chopped off enough that the resonant point's a little higher than it needs to be. But I went ahead and finished it up. I finished up the whole build and everything, and I brought it out today, last minute, because I was thinking, you know, this may be a good demonstration of why you should keep an antenna tuner with you. This antenna, if that had happened to me in the field, I had done something to chop off part of the end of it, an antenna tuner can really save your day. And we're going to test it and see if the antenna tuner I have today can do this. Now, here's the other tricky part. The radio I've chosen for today is the Icom IC-703 Plus. Now, I think I've only done one other video with this particular radio. It's probably out of my entire QRP arsenal the one I use the least, and it's not really speaking to the radio itself. It's just not one I think to take out in the field or anything. I have used it in the shack a bit. This is a radio I bought used from my friend Don. I think it was earlier this year. It's either earlier this year or it was late last year. I just haven't taken out enough. So I thought I'd try it today. It has an antenna tuner inside. So we'll see if it has, you know, enough range to match this end-fed half-wave that's not resonant the way it should be. Oh, and I should show you the back of it. This, I put some, according to KM4ACK, I use some hot glue from a hot glue gun and kind of protected some of these areas right here where there are vulnerable parts of the antenna and kind of covered them up. He did that too in his video. I would suggest doing that too. And I should tell you that, wow, that video was amazing. This is the first kit I think I've ever built that I built from a video. He did a really good job laying everything out and showing how to do it. Normally I build kits, you know, from manuals and you know, instructions that are kind of one by one, but it was fun doing this actually from a video. It's a simple kit. This will take you maybe an hour to build if you're taking your time. Just don't do like me and chop off part of it. Now what I'll end up doing when I go back home is replacing out this wire with the proper length, and then I'll be done, and this will be a nice end-fed half wave to keep in my arsenal. So we're going to try to pair this radio and this antenna and see if it can find a match so that I can use this on the 40-meter band and see how it goes from there. It's possible I may be able to operate this where it is right now in terms of resonance. I think the resonance is like a 2 to 1. I'd really like it to go down to about 1.5 to 1 or lower. But this may be able to take the edge off of it, hopefully. I should say that normally I don't worry about it too much. If, for example, if this were a 40-meter antenna that I wanted to tune up on 30 meters, where I'm effectively kind of, in my mind, I see it as shortening the antenna. That's usually pretty doable by most ATUs. When you're trying to make the antenna electronically longer or whatever, I don't know if that works as effectively or not, but we'll give it a go. We're going to get on the air regardless. So let's get this antenna deployed and try to hop on the air. now I need to get my feed line and see how long it is. I think it's about 40 feet, so I'm going to make it in sort of an inverted V shape, I think. We'll see how that goes. Okay, that should do the trick. Keep in mind with antennas like this, especially when it's just a lightweight wire, you don't have to worry too much about tying off a whole lot. I tied off down there. You can see there's a lot of slack in the line. But basically I got the shape I wanted. I'm only touching the tree at one point. We'll see how it works. I could always reconfigure it as an L or something. I mean, there are a lot of different ways I could do this, but we'll see if we can just get this thing on the air and get it working. So now I'll go ahead and set up the radio and we'll see what happens. Okay, we're back now and got the radio hooked up. I just plugged in the key and noticed that it was acting a little funny on the keyer, so we'll see how this keyer goes. I don't know if the radio is getting RF back. It shouldn't be. Actually, there's an inline choke on the coaxial line, so it shouldn't be getting RF back on it, but I guess that's always a possibility. So we'll see how the keyer does. If the keyer does poorly, then I'll pull out the KX2 I've also got in the car, so I can grab that, change radios real quick. But I'm just so unfamiliar with the 703 that, man, this is going to take me a bit of time. Let me go down here to the 40 meter band. We'll start there. Kind of set up my logs in advance here. So I've got hammers running on my iPhone. I don't have service out here. Service out here is very, very spotty. Sometimes I'll get a little bit of internet service, then sometimes I get nothing at all. And let's see here. Let's turn up the volume. I've got to be really careful. I'm used to the AF control being down here on a lot of my radios, and the AF control's up here. If I touch that, I bet you it's going to move frequency, so I better be a little careful doing that. Okay, let's... That's not a bad SWR right now. It's showing the SWR at about 1 to 1 or 1.3 to 1. I'll just leave it right there. I suspect that is a setting that's already in the, well, you know what? That's probably a setting that's in the tuner right now from the last time I used the ATU or something, because I know it's not that resonant with the antenna line I have right now. So anyway, let's give this a go and see what happens. You'll probably hear the keyer act up a little bit, I'm sure, somehow in here it'll come back on me. Yep, did you hear that? It did like a da-da at the end of that, and I'm not sure why it did that. Oh well, I'll give this a go. We'll try and see what happens. Oh wait, let me put down the time. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 100 hours. Okay. This is not going to work. This is going to drive me nuts. I suspect somehow the RF is coming back in on this radio. Yeah, change of plans. This is reality. Sometimes stuff like this happens where you just decide to pivot. And I need to figure out why the keyer is acting up in this. And I don't want to try to do this activation with that keyer. That'll drive me crazy doing that. So I'm going to take a moment here and switch out radios and just go grab my KX2 that's in the car. Okay, now here's something very, very interesting. I spoke a little too soon about this InFed half wave. I think yesterday when I was using my Rig Expert, this is, I recently acquired this. You know, it's a grown-up hand radio toy, right? I think what I was doing was putting in the frequency incorrectly in here when I did it. It's the only thing I can think of, because right now I am getting a near one-to-one match on this, and was getting it on the 703 without the ATU present. At least I thought the ATU was maybe doing something, but it wasn't. When I key down here on my KX2, you can see I'm getting a one-to-one match. So it's not what I thought it was. This day is getting very interesting, but hey, this is what you pay for when you watch my videos. If you've ever wondered if they're scripted or not, this is a really good indication that they are definitely not scripted. But hey, this is real life. You know, things like this happen. I don't know what's going on with the 703. I'll check it out when I get back to the house. I don't know if it's maybe the shielding or something on the cable or something. It was just being really finicky with that. I haven't noticed this before, so I'm not entirely sure why that was happening, but we'll see. Anyway, so I've got the KM4ACK antenna up and operational, and let's see what we can do here. Let's go ahead and start calling CQ. This frequency is clear because I've been sitting on it all this time. By the way, I love this thing, love it. I'm guessing yesterday when I was doing my testing, I had the frequency set incorrectly for the sweep, and it's just my inexperience using it. That may have been what was causing the problem. I may have been looking too high, or too low, I guess too low on it. Maybe I thought the center frequency was off or something, I'm not sure. Anyway, back to what I was saying about KM4ACK's InFed half-wave. I can't even remember how much I paid for it, but it's very reasonable. And wow, it's a really cool little antenna and a fun kit to build. It really doesn't require any experience. You can be a completely greenhorn with kit building, and you'll be able to handle this as long as you've got a soldering iron and a pair of pliers or crimpers, and it's nice to have a glue gun to protect some of those points if you're planning to take this out to the field a whole lot. What else did I need? Just a nice pair of diagonal cutters or something. Oh, wait. Okay, I think that's right. Now, there was somebody else calling me, I think, and they were super strong, but I wasn't paying attention. I thought I heard an S at the end of their call. Okay, I gotta get him. Okay. Oh, right. Don't worry, I mess up my own call sign all the time. Okay. No. Okay. There we go. There we go. Okay. I didn't hear anybody answer when I went back with HG. Okay, I'll get his park here in a second. How many do I have here? Let's see. Got enough for an activation, I know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. Let me know if you got your call. Correct. Yes, I did. Nice. Okay. Okay, I think I got most of that. Got him that time. We'll take a guess on this next one. So I think I heard. Yeah, I thought I heard. That was taking a risk, and I don't think it paid. Okay, we'll go back to... I thought I heard VE3LDT in there in that big massive pileup, and he very well could have been there, but I think he moved on. I recognize his swing. Okay. Hey, came up. Great signal. Here come some people. I may end up having to talk to somebody. Okay. Let's move up to the 40 meter band. 20 meter band. Now, I would spot myself and go on to single sideband right now, but I'm not going to do it. And the reason why I'm not going to do it is because I don't have cell phone service at all today for some reason, which is not a huge deal when you're working CW. Let me get my stuff set up here. Let's see what kind of... Look at that SWR. You can't see it probably very easily, but it's beautiful. Okay, I've got some little vibration going on here. I'll have this start calling. I've got the noise blanker on and the noise reduction on. I must have been in a place with some RFI last time. Let me go in here and turn that off. Turn off noise reduction, turn off the noise blanker. Ooh, I see one of my doggy friends coming. You see him coming over here? This is the beagle guy. Hello there. I'll have to stop for this. I better turn this down so I don't hear anybody coming after me. Come here. He's really sweet. Hey, yay for not hitting my antenna. You doing well? Yeah. Hello. Hello there. Mm-hmm. Where's your friend? You not out today? You must be doing something else. I bet you that's who you're looking for right now, right? I don't know what I've got that's vibrating in there and making a little resonant sound, but let's see what 20 meters is like today. So far I've got 23 people logged. That's not bad. 5 watts. So KM4ACK. if you have the misfortune of watching this video, at least you can see that your kit's doing really well. I really thought that I had cut the thing too short. I mean, I chopped off at least a foot off of it. But you must have included enough that it works well, so I don't have to restring this thing. I'm glad. Or rewire it, I guess, literally. What is making that sound? I don't know. Something's resonating. Wisconsin, and let's see here, that would be 1855, 1856. Sorry, these notes are getting sloppy here. Okay, I was gonna... Okay, that's good. I need to go back in here and correct it in the call logs and get N700 or N700. Hang on. Okay, let me just say to wait just a second. I want to correct this in here and get the their park is K-. 4474. Okay, wait. Seriously? Oh well. I don't know. Okay. 4474. Okay, you know what? Someone else has hopped on that frequency. I'm just going to move off to make it a little easier. That's how quickly they took it. Oh my goodness. I was there how long? That's okay. It's hard to tell, and these are, I hate this. I hate working. I love the Hammers app. I really do, but I hate working on a phone. It's just hard for me to fit my fingers on this thing. Okay, let's see. I think I got it in there now. Let me save this information. There we go. Now I'm back in business. Okay, so let's start calling CQ again, and it'll hopefully respot me. By the way, I didn't call QRL, but I was listening there for, what, 30 or 40 seconds, and it sounded fine. I probably should have sent QRL, though, as a best practice, and I should be doing that. But who knows but you and me, right? By the way, thank you for joining me today on this activation. This has been a lot of fun, even though I wish I could have done the 703. I don't know what was going on there with the key, or I have to assume some kind of RF was coming back on it, but it's awfully odd because I've got the inline choke, and that usually prevents that from happening, but it didn't like something. It's nice to get that park-to-park in there. I'm gonna have to go here pretty soon. Actually, I haven't been looking at time. I've still got about an hour's drive ahead of me. So 14061, I think that's what I was on, or was it 062? Well, 14061 is a pretty popular frequency for SOTA and for POTA. Not too surprising someone would hop on there really quick. Oh man, it feels so nice out here. I'm guessing it's about 68 degrees or so, and dry. It's fall, my favorite time of the year besides winter, actually. And it's just nice to be cool, and or not even cool. It's not even that cold. It's just not humid. Ooh, I do hear somebody way in there. Okay, wait. Okay. Really came up. Sorry, I'm getting a little sloppy there. I'm hearing some noise here. I had the filter wide open. People ask me sometimes why I run CW with the filter open, but I like the sound of it sometimes better. But it does bring in stuff from outside your, outside your bandwidth there. But I have to say, sometimes people with older equipment, they may not be right on frequency, which actually sounds pretty good because it'll pull them out of the noise when, pull them out of the noise when there's a pileup. Like you heard the pileups here earlier, and they all sounded like one tone, and it's because everybody had me kind of zero beat. And so everybody sounded the same. If I'm replying to somebody as a hunter in the field, you know what, I'm going to get ready. I can just barely hear that. If I could just rewind the video. I can't do that when it's live. Oh. QRZ question mark, by the way, kind of means who's calling? You know, who's calling me? Okay. Let's just go ahead and turn this off now. Whoops. No, I don't want to do that yet. You know what I need to do? While I've got you here, let me see. First of all, do I have everybody logged? Let me make sure I've got, yes, K9PM was my last portable. Good, that's a total of 29. Not bad at all. Very pleased with that. Okay, and I need to take some photos here because if you watch any of my, if you look at any of my field reports, these require photos, and so I'm taking photos with my camera now. This is what you get when you pay for videos like these. You get everything. The funny part is when I'm doing videos, I often forget to take photos at all, and then I go to do my field report, which I do for almost every single video I do, and I have no photos to go with it except from what I scrape from the from the video, and I don't like doing that. So okay, so I'm gonna pop off here. Very, very pleased with this antenna. I'm really curious now. Let me see. I'm sure I can probably load this guy up on 30 meters. Now I'm not going to play here. Let me go on kind of an off frequency. See, so the SWR is really high, of course, because this is 30 meters. It's not a harmonic of 40. Let's go turn on the ATU again. Whoops. There we go. Auto. And of course it can tune that, right? Or find a match, really, is what it's doing. Let's see if it can go down to... This may be a stretch here. No, I don't know. Maybe it's a stretch. We'll find out. I don't hear anybody on here. Look at that. So I can use this 40 meter in-fed half wave on 60 meters using the KX2 and any good ATU. Let's go ahead and push it up to 17 meters. Yeah, that's high. Kind of go off frequency here a little bit. And of course, it can make short work of that. In fact, I'm sure it'll do everything above this pretty easily. And 15 meters should be resonant, I believe, on an in-fed half wave. But yeah, I'm very pleased with this. This is nice. Thank you for joining me again today. I really appreciate it. And I think I'm meant to say something about this. This is the N0SA paddles. I've used them now every time I've used the KX2 recently. I think probably in 4 videos, maybe 5. I love these things. Now, as I mentioned, I'll put this in the description below. There's a link to the field report, and in that field report on QRP.com, you'll have all the links to things like this. You know, the paddles, the gear, all the equipment I have here, even including the pencil. Everybody asks me about pencils. It turns out a lot of hams like pencils. N0SA made these, but he's making them in very, very small quantities. So he made one run of about 20 keys. He finished that one. He may make one more run or something. So he's not planning to mass produce these. You can kind of follow the website. If he comes out with another batch of them for sale, I'll post something on there. But I absolutely love these. These have become some of my favorite field paddles, actually. They work so incredibly well, and they're nice to hold. I like the size. He actually includes some pads so that you can mount it to something. You know, if you have a radio, you could probably mount it to the side of it or the top of it or something. And there's, you know, there's all kinds of points in here where you can do that. And he includes a lot of the stuff in with the key, which is nice. But I love this thing. Anyway, now I guess I'll go ahead and pack up and call it a day. I'll go wind this guy up here, and I don't know if I've got enough battery left over. So what I'm going to do is turn this off, and I may actually show you how I take this down, and say goodbye from there. So if the battery lasts, you'll get to see me take this down, which won't take too long. If the battery doesn't last, then I may be saying goodbye right now. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. And yeah, let's I'm gonna turn this off, and then we'll try to put this up here real quick.